And good evening everybody. Welcome to another Average Shaman video slash guide of the 9.2 PTR. I mean, it is in PTR at the minute, but 9.2 hopefully, touch wood, will be out at the end of February, early March apparently what the chatter is. But this is the single target build in regards to Night Fae with a little bit of AoE lobbed in. My last video I did say that I'm thinking Kyrion's going to be the best, with Night Fae still having some AoE capabilities, but I do think Night Fae is going to shine in single target. So I'll just have a quick look at my gear. My stats, 29, 30, 48 free. I've got these rings, I'm using Witch Doctor's Wolf Bones. I've got all my set gear on with the second Lego. Because pretty much everyone, once you unlock it on the campaign, everyone's going to be using it, and it's just more damage. But I want you to pay attention to this as well. So each pulse of the Night Fae's transfusion damage effect reduces the cooldown of Fairy Spirit by 9 seconds, and increases your critical strike chance by 4% for 15 seconds. Now that is very tasty because one, critical strike chance is very nice, especially if I'm already rocking 29%. Not going to complain about that. But it's the feral spirits. The cooldown reduction is going to be nice, and I will say that I don't think we're going to need that. It's just it generates 3 maelstrom weapons for us. So that's a heck of a lot of chance to get more wolves. It reduces the wolves cooldown again even further, so I think if you use it straight after using wolves to get that cooldown really rapidly going, that's when you're going to be really going to use it. You're not really going to be using it if you've got like 20 seconds on cooldown. You'll just let your storm strikes really just generate that off. That's what I would do anyway. I wouldn't really use it, 30 seconds and under cooldown. I'd be like, no, I'm going to save that, because your storm strikes are going to come up, and you're going to see they come up very often. But yeah, I mean, I've got the weapons, I've got I'm well fed, and I'm going to have a rune and a flask. I will be using Bloodlust for the single target on the boss, just so I can, because it'd be like a boss. I'm going to look at it like a fresh pull and whatnot. So that's the tanking dummy, that's the dungeoneers. Where's the raiders tanking dummy? Right, there we go. I might do the dungeoneers just to get a bit more better view, or you know what, we'll go raiders dummy to get that on raid boss, and then I might do dungeoneers, but I think the raid boss should be able to do it. The talents, I've gone Elemental Blast again because of the extra mastery, crit and haste it can generate. I think that's just gonna be really nice for our wolf build. I have gone Hot Hands, however there is an argument to be made with Storm Fury because of how much Storm Strike is off cooldown. So it's you know what, no, I'm gonna go Storm Flurry because of how much Storm Strike is off CD, but there is an argument that you could use Hot Hands as well. I might do one boss like 2-minute fight, and then so on, but I think Storm Flurry is that. Again with Lashing Flames, it's good, but I just don't see it. Same Forceful Winds is good, but again I kind of don't see it. I think this is going to be the thing. In the AoE, I'll be using Fire Nova in Night Fae, and which I will demonstrate it, but purely for single target it will be Elemental Assault. And then pretty much everything is just the same, apart from I'm no longer using Hot Hands, I'm using Storm Flurry because of how often Storm Strike is off. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start a semi-stopwatch. We're just going to do, I'll do about a 3-minute one. A 3-minute fight. I think that's, and then we'll see where we go. So what we're going to do now is we're going to come off there. I'm going to go straight into this. There we go. Generating the... You see? It's straight off cooldown. Is that wolves there? Did you see that seconds, and you see, look, I'm just being able to spam Storm Strike. It's ridiculous how much it hits off cooldown. And this is what I mean. We had a lot of downtime with our old single target build. And the way this is going, I just don't see us having that much downtime, because I'm going to be honest, I'm clicking that many buttons. I'm not used to my rotation being that quick. It's very, very quick at the minute in time. So I mean, you know, it's not much downtime at all. That Storm Strike's coming off cooldown very nicely. And yeah, I'm quite enjoying this. It seems pretty nice. It's pretty nice. It's pretty mellow. Mainly the wolves are just like chewing everything up. Yeah, I mean the main thing is that burst, especially when I've just used the. I'm just going to use my wolves now. Got straight into the knife here again, and look at that. That cooldown is ridiculous. And then I'm going to call my wolves again, more wolves, and it's just dirty. I mean, it's just that regen is just like, wow. You know, like, I don't know what else to say. I mean, you guys are seeing this, and it's just like, it's ridiculous regen. You know, I'm overcapping a lot, which I shouldn't be, and that will come with knowledge of this new rotation. It's not really new in terms of like it's super new. You know, it's mainly just following our main rotation that we had. But the fact is that it's a lot quicker, and it feels a lot quicker. Probably not doing the best in this rotation. Because I have forgotten to use my Sundering once or twice, but it's okay. I mean, it's an imperfect rotation. I mean, when Storm Strike flashes at you, you kind of semi-panic, really, don't you? And you're like, oh good God, I've got to use my Storm Strike. I've got the wolves again there. 1 minute 30, and with that cooldown, it goes up to 15-second cooldown. Like. Wow, what is that cooldown? Oh my God, Jesus! Yeah, like that's just mad. Right, we're gonna go for a 3-minute 30 thing to get a proper window in. But I mean, I've overcapped a few times, not meaning to, and whatnot, and I don't think my flame shock uptime's the best either, but you know, 3 minute there, we'll call that there. So we'll call that 3 minute 35. You know, them extra 4 seconds for good luck. Hopefully my wolf, like you've just seen, like I had like 6 wolves there. Just like wow. I mean, that is a tanking dummy as well, a raid thing. So it has, I think it has more like defensive ability, like more defensive capabilities than that. So that will take more damage than this, because this is a raid one. I'm supposed to be more buffed and stuff like that. But yeah, here we are. We're going to click on it, and Storm Strike is just right at the top there. It's pretty nice damage, and Spirit Wolves. Spirit Wolves usually, I don't know about any of you guys, but Spirit Wolves is usually around about here for me, 6th or 7th. But now Spirit Wolves is way up there. The more mastery you have, the more you're going to get out of that. Lightning Bolt and Elemental Blast is up there. Fey Transfusion is really nice in single target as well, because it's only that taking damage rather than it being shared. In AOE, the Melee Liquefied Ooze, yeah, see, my uptime was terrible there. It was only 58%, so that's terrible. that damage would be higher, and thus my DPS slightly higher. But an imperfect rotation, you know, when storm strikes are flashing at me, because I'm not used to them flashing at me like that, I just want to press my keybind. So I'm pretty happy with that. I thought I would get more molten weapon dots. I'm guessing I got more lightning wolves than I did lava ones, and I got definitely more frost wolves, because that's the damage that they deal. So I mean, it would be nice if it showed you the shock ones as well, just to break that down even further. But I mean, I think they're dots, aren't they? I think so. Hold on. Yeah, I think that's a dot. If not, it's just damage from my frost wolf anyway, and that's the damage that my other wolves did. So I mean, I'm pretty happy with that. What I'm gonna do though is I'm gonna just quickly change over to there. I've got pretty much everything off cooldown. I mean, this is the original build that I would go. I've gone this talent tree. Usually you would go here, but because this has got buffed the focus lightning, per stat my lightning bolt now does an extra 50% damage. So I think you can't ignore an extra 50% damage. I mean, I don't know how often that will proc, but you know, I'm definitely going down here because an interrupt dealing, but it's mainly this, like the extra 50% bolt damage and stuff like that. It's just, I think it's dirty. I'm gonna give it another. I'm not going to give a full 3 minute. I'm probably just going to give it like a 1 minute 30 burst and see how often my hot hands procs. I know it's not going to be, you know, like to get the best out of it and probably to compare. We're going to have the same time, but I just want to see in a 1 minute 30 window. So we're going to go there, because I've called them. I'm going to get them out, get them. Right, and then straight into the wolves are off. We've got hot hands now. This is good. Got hot hands again. This is nice. Gonna use that. Storm striking. I keep saying gonna use this and that, but it's because I'm that used to doing my rotation, especially in regards to like just bashing out, especially single target rotation. Single target, I think, you know, the vast majority of us now have just got it ingrained into our heads. I mean, I wake up sometimes in the middle of the night and ask my missus, going, oh, but I forgot the frost shock. Which it has been buffed, so you can have a bit of frost shock in there as well if you've got some downtime. I'm not really finding much downtime in this rotation. But yeah, I mean, if there's definitely downtime, definitely lob it in, because it's got a 40% buff, I think. So that's rather nice. Wolves again there. Bog standard. I will do a breakdown of this rotation as well that I'm doing. A couple more seconds. And sundering to finish it off. And a quick lightning bolt there. Right, so yeah, I mean, that was only 1 minute 30. Granted that we can't do a proper compare there, but in a 1 minute 30 match, my lava lashes were doing a lot more damage, because obviously they've got the talent, hot hands, which increases the damage and that. So in a good hot hands window, you like 2 to 4 lava lashes going out is usually the bare minimum. Lightning bolt again, but it's just the spirit wolves are on top there. Obviously storm strike comes down because we don't have that for the talent, but then my uptime was 98%, which is just, it's just lovely. It's just lovely. It spreads it and whatnot. So if you've got like a semi AOE, you could use hot hands as well, to keep spreading that lava, to keep spreading and refreshing that dot of flame shock. But 98% uptime. If you compare it to my other ones, it was 58. So you know, like, ideally in a good rotation, you know, that's where you want your flame shock. You want it to keep, you know, coming off. But then with the frost shocks as well, you know, it only did like 11k, but that's actually been buffed there. So that's when there's downtime, you use that. But I'm not finding that much downtime. I found the single rotation on Night Fae to be a lot less chaotic. I mean, the Kyrian AOE on the video that I did, I kind of struggled with that AOE rotation because it was just hectic. Everything was just off cooldown, like storm strikes screaming at you. You know, it's just like, and then you've got to use Fire Nova and stuff like that. So it just gets really hectic. For AOE rotation, this is so like you get like Night Fae Mythic Plus. You know, I'm a bit hit and miss with this because I think Hot Hands is good because, i.e., the more that, say you've got like a pull, you know, you flame shot one, boom, lava lash, you spread it, and you get a couple of procs of Hot Hands. That's just going to help you spread the dot flame shock, and it's going to help you maintain it, which in AOE situations is mega. That's really what you want. I'm a bit hit and miss with this top thing because I like Elemental Blast. I think it would be good, but I'm kind of leaning towards Lashing Flames because, especially in AOE, if you know, by spreading passively Flame Shock, I think, well, if you can increase that damage, then isn't that good? Isn't you know, that's just good. I mean, that will. Elemental Blast will obviously do a load of damage, give us crit strike, haste, or mastery. You know, which is good. It's every 12 seconds. It's you can use it on instantly on five Maelstrom weapons. But I do think Lashing Flames for Night Fae AOE is going to be quite nice. I mean, we can go Forceful Winds. Probably Forceful Winds is usually the one that maybe go, because obviously it's been naturally buffed up, especially if you use the conduit and it gets it, you know, to a good 50%. So it's here nor there, like it's here nor there. But for the purposes, this is probably what I'll be doing as Night Fae AOE, because you just spread that. You know, I think these are personal choice up here. I think, you know, we're going to get a lot of videos on YouTube, and we're probably going to get a lot of people going, no, use Lashing Flame, no, don't use Lashing Flames, he's wrong, use Forceful Winds, don't use Forceful Winds, use Elemental Blast, or you too crazy, and which is good. You know, it's good, it generates you know, a couple of interesting builds. It doesn't stick us to one you know, cookie cutter. So this is mine. This is where I'm gonna go, and this is fine over. You are gonna see, especially if you've seen my Kyrian build, then you'll perfectly understand. But I'm gonna do. Well, I'm not gonna attack it for one. We're gonna reset all that data, but I'm gonna do about a 3 minute window here, and in we go. So we're gonna go attack this guy straight away. Do the Night Fae ability. Then we're gonna go Fire Nova, spreading that Flame Shock again. Got Hot Hands here, so that's just gonna help us constantly. Fire Nova again. It's really weird because I'm just used to using Crash Lightning, but actually having Fire Nova in the mix as well. He's good, but it's I'm definitely not used to it. So sometimes I will forget, but actually I've not forget yet, and I haven't even started the timer. which is lovely. We'll just do it as a 2 minute, because I guess I'm going to go with that. We're doing that for a minute. Yeah. So we got the hot hands proc there. The more that you've got there, the more ads you've got, the more you're going to spread it, and the more it's just going to do really nice damage in that fighting over window. I mean, I'm over capping like a mother, because again, this is really fast paced, because we're not used to these amounts of Maelstrom that quickly. Like, I mean, unless I've been playing my my shaman wrong all this time, you know, I am definitely not used to this kind of regen with the Maelstrom weapons. Like, it's up again. I'm going to use the Night Fae ability, because it gives me crit. I'm going to use my Wolves straight after, as well with my Fire Nova there. Got some Flame Wolves that, you know, they've given us some buffs to that flame shock damage. And this is rather nice. It feels rather nice. It doesn't feel overly complicated. It does feel a bit weird because your priorities have changed slightly. I'm going to do one. I'm going to do another 30 seconds because I've just got this. So we're doing a good slug here. This is on. Just imagine it's on. You know, fortified, and you've done a really nasty pull or something like that. So a couple of seconds here. Another flame over there. Did have that off cooldown, which I was about 2 seconds a bit late, but it's not too punishing. I'm not going to use my wolves here. I'm going to end it with the Fire Nova. Yeah, right. So the difference as well. So just to have a quick cheeky look at this, lightning damage is just, you have so much of it, and as well with that 50%, the lightning damage is getting, you know, it's getting increased by 50%. So especially in AOE, you know, in your Mythic Plus, say if you're doing it, I just think, why wouldn't you give yourself your main ability that you're using for that a buff? And then the flame shock damage. Look at that flame shock damage. I only cast it twice, but because of the upkeep that I had with the Lava Lash, it just kept getting refreshed with hot hands. It was lovely. Lovely. Absolutely lovely. The Fire Nova I cast 11 times. Now, if you look at from my previous video, Fire Nova did a lot more with Kyrian. That's because basically Kyrian have got this really nice area where there's like 6 mobs. You know, so it's just basically that. So Fire Nova was actually only hitting about 2 to 3. It was hitting that one there, and sometimes that one there. It's just because the, you know, over here they don't have things that are really nicely stacked up. I don't think, unless I've missed some over here and I'm being an absolute plonker. No, right. So to my knowledge, they don't have really nice stacked ones like Kyrian anyway. So if you watch me over video and you're thinking, well, Kyrian did miles more damage to that one, then it's just because Kyrian, the Kyrian place and where I tested it, they're a lot more bunched up. But Fire Nova damage will be up here. But the interesting thing with this build is obviously the flame shock dot damage. That's beautiful. That is beautiful. You know, it's increased by 100% and stuff like it. Just, yeah, I can see, you know, why I picked this, and I'm quite happy with that damage. It will differ, and there will be, you know, like I'm under no illusion that someone else might come out and they'll be like, oh, you go middle, left, you know, right, mid, there, and maybe ascendance or something. But it's just I don't know. It's a lot of cherry picking at the minute, especially with Night Fae. There is a lot of adaptability with Night Fae, I think, because you're getting the mastery from Naya and you know, and stuff like that. It's just a lot nice. But basically with the rotation or priority list with with AOE, you want to be opening up. Well, I open up with Blood Fury because I'm an orc, but if not, whatever ratio you've got that helps you. But barring that, straight into the wolves, straight to the flame shock, straight to the lava lash to spread it, straight to that. Then you use your Night Fae ability, you get the crit, you use your Fire Nova, straight into Storm Lightning to then chain off your other abilities like your Storm Strike. Then it's basically just your bog standard AoE rotation that you've been using for how many months, and then you just keep basically Lava Lash becomes prime because you want to keep refreshing them flame shocks to then use to Fire Nova. So the only thing the AoE rotation has had in terms of Night Fae, and even the Kyrian ability with the Night Fae, it's just adding the priority list of Lava Lash just shifts higher than Storm Strike because you wanna keep the Flame Shock on. So as soon as the Flame Shock's refreshed and on, then you just spam Storm Strike. Obviously you use Crash Lightning beforehand, Storm Strike, Sundering, Fire Nova. I'd say use that off cooldown again. That you want to use straight after this, because obviously you guys saw it just instantly refreshes it, and you know why not? Why use 2 wolves when you can use 4? And then once you've got that, you just follow the bog standard rotation. The only thing is that if you're using Elemental Blast, Lava Lash still stays high priority like I've just said, you just follow it, but then I would use, before I use Wolves a second time, I would make sure I use my Elemental Blast, because it gives you either Haste, Crit, or Mastery, and if it gives you Mastery, that's straight up damage for them. So then, I would then go into my normal rotation, as you would then. And for single target, it's pretty much the same as it is now. The only difference is that you gain more stacks off your elemental wolves. There is probably going to be some niche builds, maybe going lashing flames, but for the most part, I don't think the single target is going to change much. We're just going to get more damage from our wolves, but I go Necrolord for my single target build, and I still think Necrolord's going to be really strong in single target because you get the 18% crit from Hamir, and if you line it up really nice with your Elemental Blast, it does like a load of damage. Then you get your wolves out, and then you kind of just laugh in really. Especially with the legendary, you get let's have a look what you get just to refresh my memory. Each additional lightning bolt generated by Primordial Wave increases your haste by 8%. So if you're lucky and you've got the Primordial Waves and you use it, you get it, and then it comes off, then it just refreshes itself. That's 16% haste that you're getting right there. And if you get really, really lucky and you get 3 to 4 in a row, that's a lot of haste. That is a lot of haste that you can generate. And then obviously the more times you hit the boss, the more Maelstrom you generate. The more Maelstrom you generate, the more wolves you can generate, and so on and so forth. But it's single target covenants, I think, are either going to be Night Fae, Necrolord. I don't think Kyrian's going to be very strong in single target, even though you can probably use it, but I think Kyrian's going to be quite niche. I hope that answers the or gives you some insight into the Night Fae and the single target rotation. My methodology again, bit spotchy, but I'm not going to be perfect at this minute. I don't think anyone is, unless you've been playing PTR a lot and you've really got used to it, which I think is good, but it skew whiffs the results a little bit. because then people are thinking like, if I got like really good, you know, people might be thinking, oh well, why aren't I doing like 13k sustained? Like, am I really bad? Like, am I doing something wrong? Have I got? It's like, no, it's just I've just got used to the new kind of priority list and stuff like that. So don't beat yourself up. You know, there's better shamans out me than, you know, than there. I mainly shine in Mythic Plus content. To be honest, I'm okay in raid situations and single target, but I really like raids and AOE. I find it more fun, like with everything crashing and stuff like that, and you just like, and you're destroying everything, and then you just erupt your firing over. It's lovely. So I mean, that's where I'm mainly going to reside. But I mean, I still do the odd raid. Well, I do raid. I'm up to Painsmith, the one with the balls on Mythic, and you've got to move the ball. Oh, he's a pain in the ass. But anyway, I hope this video was really enjoyable. Check the details for my Twitch. I stream World of Warcraft and other games and that. And if you like it, come and join. But yeah, apart from that, quick cheeky like, subscribe. If not, I hope you found the video entertaining and insightful, and I hope you enjoyed your time. But as always, thank you for watching. Average Shaman out. Thank you.